Welcome to MBA Mental Boost. This is your coach, Dr. Rosie, and today we're taking a page from the playbook of habit guru James Clear to explore a transformative technique called habit stacking. Now, if you haven't read James's book, Atomic Habits, I really recommend it. Before I dive into habit stacking, I just need to geek out on you for a moment. So, as we get older, something called synaptic pruning happens. Synapses are connections between the neurons in your brain. The idea is that your brain prunes away connections between neurons that don't get used and builds up connections that get used more frequently. So literally like when you're pruning out in your garden. So for example, practicing your physical and technical skills literally creates strong connections so that these connections become faster and more efficient each time that you practice. As your brain builds stronger and faster connections between neurons, you can express your skills with more ease and expertise. It's literally a biological change that leads to skill development. Okay, now for the fun part. Let's look at how synaptic pruning plays an important role in building new habits. Synaptic pruning occurs with every habit that you build. As we've covered, your brain builds a strong network of neurons to support your current behaviours. The more that you do something, the stronger and more efficient the connection becomes. You probably have very strong habits and connections that you take for granted every day. For example, your brain is probably really efficient at remembering to take a shower every morning, to brush your teeth, to make your morning cup of tea, to open the blinds when the sun rises, or thousands of other daily habits. You can take advantage of these strong connections to build new habits. When it comes to building new habits, you can use the connectedness of behaviour to your advantage. One of the best ways to build a new habit is to identify a current habit that you already do each day and then just stack your new behaviour on top. So this is called habit stacking. Habit stacking is a special form of an implementation intention. Rather than pairing your new habit with a particular time and location, you pair it with a current habit. The current habit becomes a cue for the new one. So for some mental training habit stacking, you might do something like, once I make my morning coffee, I'm going to meditate for 5 minutes. While I put on my shoes, I'm going to say affirmations to myself. After I brush my teeth in the evening, I'm going to journal. Again, the reason that habit stacking works so well is that your current habits are already built into your brain. You have patterns and behaviours that have been strengthened over years. By linking your new habits to a cycle that is already built into your brain, you make it more likely that you'll stick to that new behaviour. You can then start stacking habits one on top of another. So for example, my own habit stacking in the morning looks like, while I have my morning coffee, I write in my journal. So I'll be sat on the sofa writing in my journal. Once I've journaled, I write my plan for the day. Once I've written my plan for the day, I meditate. And then once I've meditated, I pop on a coffee for my husband. And while that brews, I normally do a dance in the kitchen to raise my vibration. Overall, habit stacking allows you to create a simple set of rules that guide your future behaviour. So again, it goes back to all the previous episodes about moving from the energy of the person you want to be in, getting clear on your vision, creating some habits that you can bring into the here and now, but make it easy for yourself by stacking them onto something that you already do. It's like you always have a game plan for which action should come next. And then you don't get decision fatigue. And you don't waste time wondering what you could do next when there are so many multiples of things that you could do. You know exactly what you do and it just starts to become autopilot, and then you build one on top of another. It's personally something that I love to do, and I'd love to hear how you find this method. Just reach out, let me know what you're going to be habit stacking. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of MBA Mental Boost, the secret weapon to supercharging your performance on the court. If you found today's episode useful, don't forget to subscribe and share. You can connect with me over on any social platform. You can find me at Dr Rosie Mead. Until next time, go out there and dominate using the power of your mind. This is Dr Rosie, signing off.